Some of you don't need more, you need release. The moment you let go, God moves. Good morning, beautiful people. I hope everyone has had a great weekend. And if you didn't and you need someone to talk to, do not hesitate to reach out. We have a whole community that we're starting to build here, especially on Instagram. So check out my links in my bios if you haven't already. And let's get started today. So today's topic is going to be based on letting go. So let's see. Some of you are asking God for a new chapter, but you're still holding on to the last one. Isaiah 43:18-19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing new things. If you don't let go, you're never going to step into what God is already setting up for you. He is waiting for you, whether you like it or not, and He is making a difference in you. He is also making you the example for your past version of yourself. It may sound a little cheesy, right? But when you give yourself that time to let go, you're allowing God to work in the areas that you need. A lot of us don't want to let go because we're so used to it. We're so familiar with it. We're so attached to that one part of our life. And that letting go means that we have to change. And change isn't okay for everyone. Some people can accept it just like that, right? And some people are so used to it, they grew up with it and they don't even know what's different. Have you ever met anyone who grew up and all they did was like not clean their room? And to them, it's normal, but to you, it's something that you had to do every single day or you're going to get in trouble? Yeah, that's how it is. So you grew up in an environment where you know personally that it's not okay, but it's something that you grew up with. So you think that's what everyone is doing, right? So why am I going to be any different than the other people? And I'm here to let you know that God wants you in that new chapter now. Whether you like it or not, He is going to make it known that you are ready for that new chapter. And at some point, you're going to have to let go. And I'm telling you that it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, today we're going to be working out legs. So I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, the first bullet point is going to be you cannot hold on to purpose and hold on to pain at the exact same time. One of them has to let go. In my life, me personally, my purpose was to be able to grow, to be able to be healthy, be able to talk with others about mental health and talk about God at the exact same time. And you know what happened? I learned at the exact same time, you're healing. So you're letting go of that past version of yourself. It may be weird and difficult to say, but you can't grow and still hold on to the past. I mean, that's just self explanatory, right? You just can't hold on to both things. You have to let go of one of them. Your hands are going to hurt too much when you're holding on to the things that you're not meant to hold on to. God is there for you. More than anyone else, more than any other family member, more than any other friend, more than any other best friend, God is there for you for a reason. And He's not going to be the one that lets you go. But you also have to learn to let go of that part of you that needs to let go. If you don't, you're going to live in that life every single day. And the worst part about it is that you're going to still be battling those mental thoughts of, well, I'm not good enough. So I don't deserve what I'm getting right now. It's not about that. Trust me, it is not about that. So, like I was saying, holding on to pain and trying to have a purpose in life, they contradict each other to the point that they become, what is it, the Sour Patch? It's a contradiction, right? Sweet and sweet and sour at the exact same time. And there's a lot of ways that you can go about this, but if you don't let go, then you can't grow because you're always going to have a little bit inside you that's going to say, well, why would you change? Look at what they did to you. Exactly. You see how crazy it is for you to be able to grow and still hold on to the past? And it's only one step at a time. I'm not telling you to do it all at once, but I'm telling you that one step is still progress. One small step is still progress. One realization is still progress. One thought is still progress. And you're going to get there. But you got to at least go through those steps. You got to at least go through the process. The process is wanting you to move forward. All right, now that second bullet point is going to be letting go is trust, not loss. It feels like you're losing something, but you're actually making room. You can't keep filling your cup up if there's nothing left to fill up, if you're holding on to all the bad stuff. God replaces that with love. Have you ever seen that example of the cup and the wine that's in it, and then you start, or juice, and you start putting water in it? That's God filling up your cup in the way that's going to actually be beneficial to you. He's not replacing what you had, He's filling it with all the good. He's filling it with His presence. And my pastor talked about it this weekend that you pray all this stuff away. Why don't you just welcome the presence in? You can consistently are praying stuff away instead of welcoming the presence in. And you've been trying for years and years and years to bring that presence or that that uh that demon or that spirit away, but you're not doing the things that you need to do. So instead of you holding on to it at the exact same time while trying to grow, how about start letting this part go so that this one can be filled up? It's very self-explanatory when it comes to letting go, but the hardest part is actually doing it. The hardest part is actually saying, you know what, I am going to let go. I am going to let go, and I am going to let go, and I'm going to let God do what He has to do in my life. We've been through these battles and struggles day in and day out, and there's going to be a point where you are going to have to say, I've been going through this for 10 years and I'm still the exact same way. Why? It's because you're not letting the presence in. You're saying that I'm more important. I. How about you just say, God, I'm going to allow your presence to come in today. And I'm not going to look at praying in a certain way. I'm not going to speak in tongues in a certain way. I'm not going to try to impress you. All I'm going to do is allow your presence to come in. And I can assure you that once you start doing that, you start seeing a difference made in your life. You start seeing where you can make more room. All right, continuing where I had left off. I know it's hard to trust because trusting means that you have to do something you haven't done in a while. Trusting means that you have to be able to just say, God, I trust you with this pain. Please don't hurt me. Because last time you trusted someone, you felt betrayed, you felt manipulated, you felt discouraged, you felt worthless, you felt like it was your fault. But I can assure you, if you've already tried going that route and it doesn't work, what do you have to lose when you talk to God about it? The one that formed you in the womb, the one that has made you the way you're supposed to be, the one that's working consistently to take care of you, and the one that is waiting for you at the door. As long as you welcome Him in, that He is there for you. Giving love like Jesus is a different feeling, but receiving love like Jesus is an incredible feeling, and not many of us feel it or know what it means. And you have to be able to trust that He's going to take it away from you so that way you can be okay. We are in bullet point number 3, and God cannot feel what you won't release. In Ecclesiastes 3:6, a time to keep and a time to throw away. Holding on to your past season becomes disobedient. The biggest thing that I learned with God, one of the biggest things, I say that all the time, and the one of the biggest things that I learned that is obedience is a huge factor. Obedience to authority, obedience to elders, obedience to pastors, but obedience overall to God. Obedience overall to God is a part of our lives where when you listen to what He is telling you to do, it starts working. It's crazy, right? And when you start disobedience and you start not understanding, not taking in what He's wanting in your life, you start allowing these thoughts to get in you that let you know that you're not good enough and that you're not going to be good enough. And at one point, you're going to have to say, I've tried everything else in this world: drugs, alcohol, being multiple people, and nothing is working. Therapy, medicine, all that stuff. And the crazy part is that you're going to keep going through that until you finally let go. That's going to take a long time, but I can trust you enough to at least put you through it so that you can go and become a better version of yourself. That's what God's telling you. He is telling you that I know that you've been hurt, but if you trust me as much as you trust other people with your problems, then you won't fail this time. There is a time to hold on and there is a time to throw away. And throwing away is going to be the hardest part, but if you just listen, just give it a chance. Like, that's all I'm asking. Give God a chance to work in your heart. Give God a chance to be or make you as an example. We learn much better when we actually give in. How many times were you trying to learn how to ride a bike until you actually learned, you know what? If you're going to help me, I'll accept the help. As a kid, we trust our parents enough, right? Why can't we trust God, the one who actually made you? All right, guys. So we are at the end of the video for today. And if you haven't already, but you feel like this is something that helped you, consider checking out my channel or even share with a friend. Comment one of your favorite parts about the video or something that you still feel like you need to let go. So, continuing where we had left off, some of you don't need more, you need release. The moment you let go, God moves. Whether you want to believe it or not, God is in your life, and there's a reason why you're still here. There's a reason why you can look back and tell yourself, wow, it's been 5 years and I'm still going through the exact same thing. I've tried alcohol, I've tried friends, I've tried multiple partners, I've tried everything, and I can't get over it. Well, it's because you're not letting God work. You're trying every substitute besides it, as if you know that God is not going to work. Like it's like you're shutting them out before you can even give them a chance. And maybe that's how we were built. Maybe that's what we saw growing up. But you're never going to be okay if you continue to be like that. Give yourself the opportunity. It doesn't hurt to at least try, to let those intrusive thoughts go, to let those feelings of I'm not good enough, those feelings of I don't want to be here anymore. But when you let go, that means God is working in you somehow. You're going to be okay, and you're not alone. When you pray, you're asking God to help you. And when He sends you someone to help you, then that's also someone who's willing to give you the time of day. That's Him working. So don't neglect those either. You asking God for all of this and you think He's not answering when in fact He's giving you resources. He's giving you the certain people in your life for a reason. And then you're turning those people away because you can't let go. one day you're gonna have to let God work in the ways that He works best. So if you did take anything away from this video, I do hope that you can find some peace in what I'm telling you today. I love you guys very much, and God bless you guys, and I will see you in the next one.